What's up, everybody? It's CryptoBerto back at it again. It's been a while. Been focusing on music and work. Sorry that I've taken a while. I'm gonna try making videos a lot more now and try to be more consistent. I'm still interested in this, so I'm still posting. So hopefully, if you're subscribed, you'll get notifications when I do upload. But today, I'm just gonna be going over some basic big news that I think is gonna be happening that could affect cryptocurrency and the world that we are in today. And the first one we're going to be talking about is the Marshall Islands replaces the US dollar with its own cryptocurrency. This was back from May 23rd, so several days ago, like a week ago. And this is big news, in my opinion, because now that there's a country that released its own cryptocurrency, it has its own regulatory body with its own laws and regulations, which will be able to help it get groundwork somewhere else. You know what I mean? What might work for this small island for cryptocurrency laws obviously might not work for a larger country like the United States or like Germany or Russia or China. But there's a model now that we can all go off of. And I think that's very important for us because now people can just they can copy the idea and adjust it and make edits to it, to fit their needs and their regulations. So Marshall Islands made its own cryptocurrency, doing away with the US dollar, but it still uses the US dollar from what I read. So they're still going to be using it around circulation, but the actual official currency is a cryptocurrency called the Sovereign. The government has signed the change into law, making the Sovereign its new official cryptocurrency, as spotted by CNBC Africa cryptocurrency trader host Ron Neuner on Twitter yesterday. The bill was signed into effect on March 1st, but the news makes waves again this week. The Marshall Islands population is 53,000, so yeah, it's smaller. So the change doesn't affect many, but it's significant for the citizens of the islands because banks and credit card companies will need to begin accepting it. With the recent change, US dollars are likely to be accepted on the Marshall Islands. The sovereign will just be considered the nation's official legal tender. In February, top officials from the Marshall Islands confirmed that the Pacific Republic would issue its own cryptocurrency to be circulated as legal tender. The digital coin also received approval from the country's parliament. As a country, we reserve the right to issue a currency in whatever form it is, whether in digital or fiat form, said David Paul, ministering assistance to the president of the Marshall Islands. The sovereign will be launched through an initial coin offering, and supply is supposed to be capped at 24 million tokens as a precaution against inflation. Paul said in February that a token pre-sale for investors would launch soon, but there's no further word on that yet. So if a sovereign nation, this is a tweet, not under sanctions, part of the UN has legal tender in the country, the banks must support it. Here are some docs showing the Marshall Islands meets all the criteria and has signed a bill into Parliament creating the world's first sovereign cryptocurrency. Big news, guys, in my opinion, because this is the start of something where cryptocurrencies are going to start being applied to places. Banks are going to have to start accepting them and start funding programs and systems that accept cryptocurrencies. So it's a United Nations member and a sovereign state, creating a larger impact for banks globally. Back in February, Venezuela launched its own oil-backed cryptocurrency called the Petro. It was a scam. The president is a scam. He is rigging his elections. He does not deserve to be in power. So it hasn't completely removed the fiat Bolivar from circulation. Venezuela is also under U.S. sanctions. And President Donald Trump actually issued an executive order banning anyone in the U.S. or U.S. territories from investing in Petro. So yeah, you can't even touch it if you're from the United States. I mean, you can't even touch most ICOs anyways if you're from the United States. So, I mean, that's okay. You don't want to get in trouble, so I would just stay away from it. And I'm pretty sure it failed last time I was looking up at it. Yeah, Maduro's Petro has failed. So, because he's a scam, and apparently the Venezuelan people can't even use it. You know what I mean? So, what the fuck? What's the whole point of that? Okay. Next one is, when cryptocurrency goes green, blockchain can save the environment. It is hard to imagine a world without air conditioners, vehicles, and the internet. Of course, technology has had a great impact on our world and the people who inhabit the earth today. People are living longer because technology has allowed medical research to advance. Those people are able to live anywhere in the world, in any type of house imaginable, and are able to do things that even 30 years ago seemed impossible. And technology advancements do not appear to be stopping anytime in the near future. Even though technology has advanced our capabilities and allowed us to live fuller lives, it does come with a price. So one of the greatest technological advances known to man was the invention of electricity. So now basically we use electricity for everything, and technically as we do more, we're going to need more and more of it. But the thing is, producing so much electricity to help us live better can be bad for the environment. Most of the electricity is generated from non-renewable resources that can pollute our air and water. As demand for electricity increases, damage to our planet also increases. Even though we use the electricity so much for all these electronics, it's bad for the environment. It's not good. Well, blockchain, ironically, is another building technology that uses a lot of electricity. So how it uses a lot of electricity is all of the GPUs, all the crypto rigs, the mining rigs that mine crypto through POW, proof of work. That's how you mine cryptocurrencies that are POW. You connect your computer, or you have computers that mine the coin, and it uses up electricity, it uses up power, but you mine the crypto. That's a big problem now. Like even in Iceland, there's miners are causing problems there, and people believe that if people keep mining the way they're mining, it's going to be bad for the environment, and the planet won't be able to sustain it. So blockchain is the backbone of the world's booming digital currency craze, which is slowly taking over the good old-fashioned dollar bill. Yep, we're coming after you. The energy required for mining cryptocurrency is significant, and most of the current mining farms are using electricity from non-renewable greenhouse gases, emitting sources such as coal, petroleum-based fuels, and other fossil fuels. But what if those mining farms change into a closed-loop green energy and renewable network that invested in green energy farms to generate clean energy that fed into cryptocurrency mining facilities? Essentially, the rise of blockchain could continue without impacting our environment. Our world will continue to innovate and create without the detrimental effects on our air and water. It not only sounds great, but it should ultimately be the responsibility of those creating cryptocurrency and blockchain projects. But yeah, basically we have to protect this environment. And green energy production has become one of the missions of GEAR, and GEAR is, let's see, the founders have dedicated the company to the growth of global green energy production and environmental well-being. So they help out cryptocurrency firms switch to more clean energy, meaning that we want to take a dirty industry known from extracting things from the earth and innovate into something that can be used to give back to the earth instead. The vice president of GEAR, Vic Pathak. In the mine cryptocurrency, the GEAR project will be reinvested back into creating green energy assets such as solar, wind, tidal, and biomass. So that'd be great. I've been looking at some cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin Green, and there's other like solar and wind and water currencies that power those technologies. I'm pretty sure like there's like solar contract and solar coin. Well, I mean sun contract and solar coin. So there's apparently some so-called green cryptocurrencies that don't use up the POW and use a lot of electricity and hurts the environment. So if you have any cryptocurrencies that are more environmentally friendly, let me know and I'll look into them. Comment down below and let me know. I think that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm trying to make them a little bit shorter too, and I'm trying to have a bunch of like 30-minute, 20-minute, an hour-long videos of me explaining or commenting on stuff. Because I understand that you guys have a lot of things to do. Time is precious for all of us, as for me too. So I can understand that. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency. as I go and I continue progressing through this. Eventually, I'm gonna make a YouTube where I can post all my music too. So we'll see how that's going. I've made several projects, and I'm pretty happy about it. Pretty feeling the beat and just going in. So please comment if I can do something better. Let me know. Thanks, guys. You guys have a great night.